Howdy, my noons, my race cars, and my non-binary. I'll think of one. Hang a pastrami, I'm a lasagna hog. That's one. It's me! Creed. Hi, how are you? We all doing okay? I'm doing pretty good if you ask me. Today I'm joined by the most I'll think of another one. Oh shit, I should have done that one. That one actually has a list of 3 things in it. Okay. Okay. I was thinking of the rant. See, this is what planning out would have gotten me. I could have been like a man's, a plans, and non-binary canals, and then went and joined by your most Panama.
That's not Creed, that's eroM.
What are you talking about? This is what I always look like.
Also, I like how you did the blah intro. I'm currently on a high card build. I just scored 51 billion points in one hand.
Nice. Yeah, I found a video labeled, every Balatro track played simultaneously.
Oh, that's what that was.
By Maxim Tsai.
Alright, so people who know, I got Mime, I got Brainstorm, Photograph, Baron, and Constellation. And a lot of Steel Kings.
What the fuck is chat talking about? Somebody stop me, I'm smoking the gat. Shut up. Rocks. Music has stopped. Next, yeah. Oh, sorry. I was. Turns out, for people who don't know, whenever I start up the stream, I start the opening music and then I make the announcement everywhere, instead of doing the much more sensible thing of setting out the announcement and then just starting and waiting a couple minutes while music plays. I put myself on a timer instead. Turns out, usually that's fine, but when you need to write your entire, like, message in reverse, it takes a little bit longer. Yeah. Rat. Something seems off. You can do that in VC phase. What are you talking about? I'm not doing anything. It's the eroM. What is that level 2 trap monster doing here? What are you talking about? eroM. Why'd you write that like the presidential nominee? Also, why do none of you know how to spell the word eroM? It's a hint. It's the words anomaly and Ocaris. Anyways, I hope y'all are hyped. We're playing more Phoenix Wright, and I am kind of out of it today because the heat has returned with a vengeance. And I can't run a fan while I'm streaming, otherwise it annoys you people.
If you change the noise suppression to match the fan, it should be alright.
But then I sound weird, I think.
Maybe. I don't know.
Anyways, I'll be chugging water and hoping for the best. Don't say
I don't know.
Ducknell Shrump. I don't want to bit crush myself.
Thank you, Creed, for screening your share.
Okay. I'm gonna move myself down over here, where everyone can see me. Alright. What is this, some king or tribute to Anomalocaris? Thank you for spelling Anomalocaris correctly.
And not kind.
Yeah, you misspelled that, but you got better. The JPEG...
Right, we were in the middle of something.
Yeah, we kind of ended off in the middle because we went for 5 hours and got nowhere. So, this dude, we gotta present the thing.
Take that!
Is it bonus case? No, this is case number 2.
What are you talking about, bonus case? What? Are you spoiling there's a bonus case? Kill Thaf. Just nuclear Armageddon them.
Take that!
Okay, we already been this part of it. Job listings. The event doodle is in the victim's handwriting.
That says they didn't even know what Ace Attorney this is, so this may or may not have a bonus case in it, I guess.
I see.
Take that!
Take a look at this newspaper!
What is it?
It's a newspaper I found behind the magazine rack at Tresbian.
So, what of it?
This was the only paper there, and it's dated more than 1 month ago.
What?
You know, get out of here. Your son doesn't get newspapers. This is just one that the customer happened to leave behind. Tell me, why are you so determined to hide the truth?
I'm not hiding anything.
I'm gonna have to put this guy out of his misery. Listen, the real reason why I go to the Tribulations is... I'm gonna guess.
Yeah, that would be my guess.
What are you asking me about that girl for?
Is this the voice I gave him?
Pretty much. She was the waitress at Tresbian.
Ah!
Therefore, the answer to the mystery of why an old man would drink expensive coffee at a terrible restaurant is the waitress.
But I don't recognize that face.
And you are probably telling the truth here. Because you weren't looking at the girl's face, but at her outfit. That's the truth, isn't it? You're being a regular restaurant because of the waitress's uniform. Uniform is all you can think about, isn't it?
I can't take it.
Waitress.
Enough, please, no more.
Alright, I like didn't look at the words.
Stop saying that word. Stop saying waitress. Stop it, stop it, stop it.
You fucking got him. Sir.
Yes, it's true. I was there for the young girl. Fine, so I'm a dirty, wicked, sinful old devil.
No, I didn't mean it like that.
I even got one of those lousy cups of Javachino every time. $3! Oh, because of the servant girl. Punish me, lock me up.
Why is your nose like that? Really, that's not what I'm here for.
Don't be the same. Another 20 years and you'll understand what it's like. You don't know how painful it is to be an old man like me.
20? No, really, listen, sir.
Stop calling me that! I have a name, you know, boy. Show some respect. I'm Victor Kudo.
Victor Kudo. Okay. Sorry, Mr. Kudo.
You young ones think you know it all, don't you? Well, I'm not saying another word. I won't tell you anything more.
This guy was in the restaurant at the time of the incident, which means I have to hear his testimony one way or another. I don't believe this. I even broke his psyche locks and everything. Just have to try to get him when he's in a better mood. Victor Kudo, age 68, was in the Tresbian at the time the incident, has a thing for waitresses.
Wait, go back on Maya's thing again for a second. Okay, so you know how your brain doesn't know what colors certain things are out of your peripheral vision until you look at it first? I just had that happen where her thing looked grayscale to me because it was in my periphery.
I see.
But then when you look back at it, it was like, oh yeah, no, that's color.
Okay. Oh, it's that old man. Is he still feeding the pigeons? Yeah, he fed me as well. Got a bunch of those seeds in my eyes. Oh, ouch. Hey Maya, would you mind coming with me for a while? Huh? Me? Why? There's something I really want to ask that old man. Sure, okay. I'll just get changed. No, hang on. Can you go like that? I guess?
Jaden, I don't know how to tell you this, but you don't become black and white when you get old. Unless you have a case of, like, vitiligo that only manifests at a later age in life.
Did you say
How do you pronounce that
vitiligo?
word? Is it
Vitiligo. Yeah.
Okay.
Vitiligo.
I don't know if that's a thing. I'm assuming that's probably active since birth, though, right? Or does it happen later?
I assume it happens since birth. Your skin just gets multiple tones. Sir?
You again. Well, I see.
Nick, his eyes are burning into me. It's okay. I think it's going pretty well.
Ka.
Huh?
I'm not developing white hair, but I do have a streak of, like, white hair. It's called poliosis.
You're still just a little child.
That sounds so made up.
You've seen it.
I know, but calling it poliosis sounds made up. Because the first time I ever heard the word poliosis was a joke during a Jeff Dunham bit I heard as a child.
Oh.
Because they were trying to make the joke of scoliosis, but accidentally confused it with the word polio and said poliosis. And so they were like, help, I'm twisted and I can't get up. Anyways, I did not realize poliosis was like an actual condition until you mentioned that to me.
Yeah.
Dirty old man has higher standard than the entire circus. I don't think that's true. Mo is fine.
Now I'm gonna play on the slide, alright?
Poliosis is my favorite Isaac item. What? Play on the slide? We were so close. Just a little more and he would have spilled. How can we crack this guy?
Excuse me, please, sir?
Quiet! Can't you see I'm feeding the...
Meep!
Well,
If you don't mind, sir, I'd really love to talk with you.
Of all the times for Mia to show up, it's to try to get an old guy to talk by fitting into a waitress uniform.
She was like watching us this entire time from heaven or whatever, and then as soon as she saw this happen, she was like, God, I gotcha. Don't worry, I got you.
I see you were trying to use my younger sister to sexually convince somebody to talk to you. It's not gonna work. Let me take a hit at it. Chekhov's big ones. Thank you, Chev.
Yes. Of course, certainly. I'm Victor Kudo.
Even from beyond the grave. Wow. What you saw.
What about the incident?
Being a man who died after drinking the Javachino.
I think he's a different person.
It was quite a shock, even for me. He was a strange-looking boy. The girl took the Javachino over to him, you see.
And was the customer alone?
Definitely. He was the only person at the table. Then he took one sip of his Javachino
And?
then he said something like, "Ugh," and then collapsed.
Oh, how terrifying.
You're so good at listening, aren't you? I'll tell you anything, whatever you want to know.
You certainly seem to be telling the truth now. Looks like Mr. Kudo didn't see this other man either. Present some things. It does not seem like this will be a fruitful endeavor.
Do you like the food at Tribulations? Yeah.
Well, of course, really quite a sophisticated man.
Hello.
I was a young businessman once, you know. I set up a casino in London.
Really? How interesting.
Eating the food at that restaurant really takes me back to my days in France.
What a lovely story.
London's in England, not France.
Oh yes, France is wonderful. I'd love to show you around the city sometime. It's too much. I can't take it. I want France.
Can't believe Mia's laughing at the guy. Ugh.
You visit Tribulations a lot, don't you?
Of course. I mean, yes. I'd like to come and see you there.
Really? Oh, you flatter me so. Leon would be delighted to welcome you, I'm sure.
Be careful of that chef, my dear.
The chef? You mean Mr. Armstrong?
That's right. The man's an ex-con.
I see. He's an ex-con? Armstrong's record.
Whatever did Mr. Armstrong do?
Oh no, those eyes. I can't take this.
He's hit game XCOM? He's really got this guy eating out of her hand.
He steals things from his customers.
From his customers?
Gloves, handkerchiefs, little things mainly. He's a pilferer, so you be careful around him, my dear.
Are you sure about this?
Of course, he was arrested for it once.
That explains why he stole the Magadama.
I was there when it happened, having my Javachino.
He really is a regular.
Let me write you a little haiku about it.
Haiku?
A Japanese poem. It'll explain all you need to know about that chef.
Convicted before. A wicked man or woman. Repeat offender. Victor Kudo. Yeah, I suppose that is a haiku.
Thanks.
If he takes anything again, you let me know. If it's not too expensive, I'll buy you a replacement.
Poor guy. He couldn't do enough for me.
They are in Japan, so it isn't just a normal poem. I'm going to assume that not all that haiku is not just a word for poem in Japan.
No,
I'm assuming they have different kinds.
Haikus are 575 in syllables, and they are typically about nature, or the way things are.
Okay, Phoenix. That's about as much as I can do to help.
Thanks, Mia. It's some really important information thanks to you.
Honestly, I can't believe Maya called me for something like this. Oh, it was Maya.
January 6th. Tresbian.
Am I gonna have to voice him again?
I guess it's about time to wrap up today's investigation.
Not yet.
Enough of being a waitress? Yeah, plus no one came to the restaurant.
Oh la la, Mademoiselle Maya. No, how could you leave me like this?
I'm sorry? That reminds me. Mr. Armstrong had a psyche lock or 3, didn't he? I'm gonna have to break those. Mr. Armstrong, I hope you won't mind, but I'd like to have another word with you.
Yeah, of course.
Should probably present the other things as well.
I don't think so, Phil. Is Snow?
Yes.
Pardon. Without my reading glasses, I cannot see this. I do not read English well.
He's not even looking at it. Better find a way to make him look then.
Oh, this old man is a regular here. My specialty of cappuccino and cold water is one of his favorites.
No, you don't just give a watered down cappuccino! What?
Cold water, specifically.
Yeah, you just, like, if you have an iced cappuccino, that's one thing, because eventually it will cool down, but like... Fav said, Creed, I saw your comment on a Vocaloid reaction vid. Is it the one where I typed a lot and a bunch of people keep talking about how much I typed a lot?
That sounds like you.
Like, so many, like, I've been meaning to mention that. Like, I keep getting replies of people talking about how much I type. There's like, I'm allowed to type as much as I want in a fucking comment. It's a comment. If I want to write a dissertation about about the video, I'm allowed to. And people are like, what a yap fest. Can you shorten it? So many words. I'm not reading all that. Like, shut the fuck up. Get a life. If I'm allowed to spend my time writing long comments, you're allowed to spend your time not reading them. Nobody ratioed me. I'm still doing the comment did fine. Anyway. Was it here at the time of the incident?
Really? It was there? I am sure of it. When the incident appeared, this is what I was here. Oh, little dead man. I was la first in my restaurant.
No way. You mean the first customer you ever had?
No. It was the first time I've had a dead man in my restaurant. Such a shame to look. Do they just not have a sh sound in French?
They just don't pronounce H's usually, but I guess that's what they're expecting you to do here?
Such a shame to lose a customer only after. Hang on. I can't do this fucking guy. Such a shame to lose a customer after only his first meal here.
And for the record, the video was the "What It Do, Dave" reaction to the Foley song "Static," which is a Hatsune Miku song, which is really good. Highly recommend it. Very, very interesting song about nostalgia. Anyways. Yeah, I should present.
Oh la la! You are eating my lunch, eh? Tell me, monsieur, you enjoy the lunch I prepare for you?
It was a unique and wild mixture of flavors. That was the first time I ever had lobster, you know.
Lobster? There was no lobster in my lunch.
Then what's that? Huh? But it said lobster right in the menu.
Mademoiselle Meyer, please, you must read the menu more carefully. It says, a dish inspired by lobster and abalone fricassee with balsamic vinaigrette.
So it does not contain lobster. So it is crawfish.
It's the cod, Daddy.
No, oh, that was the one! Butcher's Vanity, that was the one. Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Sorry, I am really out of it today, if you could not tell by what I'm doing, like, on stream right now with that. Butcher's Vanity is another really good one.
Oh, you still have the enamel gears?
Yeah, sorry, chat. I apologize for being incorrect. What the fuck's the name of the singer for that one? That one's really good. That's why I wrote a lot about it. I need to... Hold. I'm drinking water. Today was too hot. Okay, so it was on the Butcher's Vanity song, which is also a really good song. I do not that person. I don't know how to pronounce the name, but it's another Vocaloid style voice, and it does a really good job of not having any designated gender. Like, it is able to, like, it has the range to, like, sound as both, like, a guy and a girl. And it happens in the song Butcher's Vanity. If you want to see a really good song about, meat, listen to Butcher's Vanity.
Is that
meat
the one
and
you,
Yes, it was the one I, sang during, the karaoke night. Or tried to, at least.
Yeah,
really good,
disturbing.
a really good song about meat and religion. And love, I guess. A good trio, if you think about it. Yeah, I wrote a lot about it. That's meat. Yes, meat. You know, flesh, viscera, awful. Oh, it's only inspired, is it?
Oh yeah, inspired by these ingredients, but not perhaps made from them, n'est-ce pas?
At least I have my ceiling fan going. It circulates the air a little bit. Well, guess that's the way the cookie crumbles, Nick. The way the lunch tasted, probably 99% perspiration and 1% inspiration. Meat, religion, and love? Yes, a perfect trio. Nothing comes together more than deep passion, religious idolation, and viscera.
His
Cannibalistic
quivering lip-
viscera. What was that?
His quivering lips.
Yee. That dude fucking quavering. Maggie's motive.
What is happening? I do not like this horrible feeling.
I've known the truth. What happened that day?
Hello, I will confess everything. Just don't hurt me.
Huh? Well, that was a new world record.
It was a lottery ticket.
A lottery ticket.
The man who died here had a lottery ticket. For $500,000.
$500,000?
Oui, but after yesterday, this ticket... It disappeared.
The ticket disappeared.
This was the motive that the prosecution gave for Maggie. They said that she poisoned the man to get the $500,000 lottery ticket.
Why didn't you tell me about this sooner?
My lord.
You've been trying to hide this information about the lottery ticket from me. Now I know the reason why.
No, monsieur, you doubt me. But I have confessed to you everything I know.
Mr. Armstrong, the $500,000 lottery ticket. I think I know who took it. I think the winning ticket was stolen by this person.
Presumably him.
Delete this Frenchman now. When did Armstrong become Mario? I don't have answers to you.
Is that what I sound like? I feel like this is the same voice I gave him last night. I mean, not last night, last time.
Dean says, say what you will about the borderline cultism of it, the Christianity connection between bread and wine and the flesh and blood of Jesus goes kind of hard. The song, another great religion meat song I recommend is Your Body, My Temple by Will Wood. It's a really, really fun song. It ends with quite a bit about the of like comparing the body and food things and such.
I like the song Sin Eater, but I don't think that's really meat. I'll bet your tired virgin soul is working just like it's supposed to. It holds on to good ideas and it lets the evil fade.
Check out Queen of Venus. Okay. I've been meaning to check out more of Flavor Foley's things, because like every Flavor Foley song I've listened to so far I've enjoyed, so I'd assume the rest of them are probably also good.
Well, my eyes look like dog eyes in the photo that was taken late at night with the flash on by a child in 7th grade.
Let's see. Question for the Crenomalocaris. Based on Mr. Oldman Kudo's apparent proclivities and preferences, would he ignore accurate Mako current in the Tribune-made uniform? I think Kudo is straight.
I would guess straight, yeah. Also, most people aren't actually into this, if you could believe that.
That's weird. Mr. Armstrong, I believe there is a very high probability that it was you. Wow, that is one piercing scream, even for a man like him.
Mais pourquoi moi? Why? You have no evidence.
Mais pourquoi moi means, but why me? Well, a fun thing I like is pourquoi means for what, literally, so it is why for what me, because for what is the word for why.
I'm not Master the Mask. I'm not the kind of person who steals the property of others.
Sorry to disappoint you, Mr. Armstrong, but I have evidence to the contrary. I present to you proof that you have stolen from others in the past.
Is it the old, yeah. Haiku.
What is this? A poem? Oh, monsieur, you know me so well. I adore poems.
Please read it, and put some feeling into it.
Convicted before, a wicked man or woman, repeat offender.
I'm sorry to have to bring it up, Mr. Armstrong, but you have been arrested for stealing from your customers before, haven't you?
Is that how you say that?
I would presume it's Le Mensonge, but, I don't actually know what that word means. Give me 1 second.
You are the liar.
Lie. Mensonge literally just means lie. What a long word for lie. But hey, look, it was one of the first times I've actually used lay instead of la. You deny it?
Did I say lay instead of the? I think I have accidentally done that.
I mean, la is probably correct.
La false accusation, silver.
Just make sounds.
Si vous plaît.
S'il vous plaît.
Which means, please. I'm trying to remember, like, he, you, please, and I forgot what the S is being abbreviated to.
So, do you have any proof? I want to see the incontestable proof that I have ever stolen from one of my customers.
The Magadama! It seems old habits die hard, Mr. Armstrong.
No, it's not.
This is my Magadama. And I found it in your kitchen. Wow, that scream just about broke some windows.
Okay. I have a weakness for la little trinkets and la figurines. My hand, it just slips out. I cannot stop it.
Stolen handkerchiefs, gloves, and other things from customers, right?
Oh, it is la truth. I am just a timid little girl inside, monsieur. A timid little girl. Who is also a thief. Besides, this time it was not a small trinket, oui? It was $500,000. No. Why would I steal it? I have no need for such money.
Why would I steal a lot of money? What?
Really now?
Oh, monsieur, what is it?
Is it true that you're in some pretty serious trouble? And you are in desperate need for a large amount of cash? This restaurant is deep in the red, isn't it?
Oh,
You have a loan to the tune of $500,000. A lottery ticket would have wiped your debts. Well, Mr. Armstrong, what do you have to say for yourself? I do really appreciate the sleeveless chef's uniform.
Yeah.
Mr. Armstrong, you said that the victim had a winning lottery ticket for $500,000. How did you know he had something like that in the first place?
the man. I was listening to the radio with his earpiece.
Maggie said something about that too.
The lucky number was announced on the news, I think. All of a sudden, it exploded. Yes, $500,000! He shouted.
And the ticket?
He had all of his tickets spread out on that table. I was so desperately in need of money, so I...
Put the poison in his coffee?
No. Oh, no, you naughty man. I simply helped myself to one of these tickets.
That's what I figured. It would have been too obvious if he also killed him. He just stole from him, which makes this all the more confusing because we still don't know who killed him. What?
The victim collapsed and Maggie passed out. I thought to myself, pourquoi pas? He had so many of them.
Why not? Yeah, but only one of them was the winning ticket, right? How could you do that, Mr. Armstrong? Maggie was arrested because of you.
No, this is not true.
Winning ticket.
I did not take it. I not take it for $500,000, I mean.
But you just told us you did. You said you took a ticket.
Mais no, ma fille. It was no.
But no, my girl.
That's enough.
Huh? Ah!
Oh, that's okay. Coffee music begins playing.
Mr. Godot! What the heck are you doing here?
Armstrong looking at the sound system like, why is this music suddenly playing?
Dude, I'm... Maggie, do you really think that Armstrong's looking anywhere else at the moment? This guy walks in. Come on.
This is without a doubt the worst coffee I've ever tasted, Mr. Armstrong.
Giving it for coffee? This is craving for coffee, no bounds.
Perhaps Mr. Armstrong stole one of the victim's tickets on the day in question.
I'm that airhead, no? Just a pretty little girl who everyone is laughing at.
But in that case, Maggie shouldn't be the only one under suspicion.
He had the wrong ticket.
What?
Mr. Armstrong made off with the winning ticket's pretty neighbor.
So the ticket that he took was worthless?
Not quite. He did win something. $1.
You see, I'm just a pretty face. That's how I look. I have nothing.
I mean, you certainly don't have the brains for cooking. So... what happened to the winning ticket then? The one he meant to steal?
Indeed, what did happen to it? I don't like spoiling myself by watching trailers, so... we'll just wait and see how the movie turns out tomorrow, won't we?
Voila, you two. Time to laugh at that pretty little airhead.
Looks like I won't be needing this note anymore. Victor's note thrown into the trash. Got a new mystery now. Namely, where did the winning ticket go? Got a bad feeling about this. Well, anyway. Can't let Maggie suffer any longer for this, and certainly not again. Well, let's save real. I've got it to a let's continue. Thank you all for coming this evening. I hope you all had a wonderful. I'm kidding. Let's see. He plays the music from his mask. Who's the futuristic man? That's Godot, the opposing counsel. I do think that he's straight. Michael's been. I'm pretty sure Kudo does prefer Busty to bottom heavy in general, Lenoir. Because that would explain why he preferred Mia to Maya. I wish I had a steak. Court time. January 7th, 9:48 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Numero Uno. Oh, I see. I guess I should have expected this. Nobody saw the other guy, huh? He was there when I took the coffee over, sir. Scout's honor.
Maggie!
I don't know who this is.
Ah! Detective Gumshoe!
You doing alright?
How you feeling?
As if you need to ask other questions, sir.
I'll get you down, Maggie. And don't forget to eat well, okay?
Roger.
Hey, you!
Yes?
You better square this case away. Got it, pal? Maggie's innocent, you hear? When you screw up there, I'll be doing some squaring away myself. Squaring away some paperwork for your arrest.
On what grounds? I think he's serious. Hey, detective, you're on our side for once, right?
Yep. He's usually on our side.
She'll be able to help Maggie out, right? Really? Can you, sir?
Well, of course. I've got the situation under control. I'm gonna be the first witness on the stand today.
Usually are.
Something I say don't mess with the facts. Make sure you point it out, alright?
Sure.
Okay. Forming the United Front today, pal. You get me?
I can't wait for us to get to his like statement, and we got all the way through it, and there are no contradictions. What's Chapman saying? Yeah, prediction. Assumption Yowie. Cowardice. Got some funny buddy. Got some sleep. So that's cool. Sleep's important. Sometimes just have a simp, Lenoir. You just gotta deal with it. I can't tell you how grateful I am, sir. I've always admired you so much, Detective. I know I can count on you. Looks like it should all go pretty smoothly today, huh? I can only wish. What the hell kind of Creed Lord did I miss? What are you talking about? Nope, nothing has happened. This is a totally normal stream. January 7th, 10 a.m., District Court, Court number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Maggie Bird.
The defense is ready, Your Honor.
Bitter.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor?
Ah!
What's wrong?
Nothing. It's just whenever I addressed you in the previous trial, your response was... You was talking to me!
I see.
It was a little, well, intimidating.
No, that wasn't me. That was the phony Phoenix.
I see. So our trusty Phoenix Wright is back with us now, is he?
Our trusty?
So, Mr. Godot, your opening statement, please.
I mean, say what you will, Phoenix. You are pretty trusty. Like, you've managed to get a bunch of people who are going to be wrongly sentenced proven innocent, like, repeatedly. But you are a person who can be trusted, usually.
Mr. Trite, whether you're fake or the real deal.
In fairness between the two, I'd pick Mako in random outfits because I find it funnier, especially if Creed is drawing it. Creed drawing Mako faces amuses me. Like, thumbnail art. Creed has become some king of Anomalocaris shrimp. Anomalocaris is not a shrimp.
You'll find out soon enough throughout this trial today.
But I can already tell you, I'm the real Phoenix Wright!
I wasn't questioning whether you are Phoenix Wright or not. I was questioning whether you had studied law or not.
Not, but also, shut up.
That's what I intend to find out.
There's no denying it. Find that massive man who really hates me for some reason or another.
As everyone is aware, the court has already given its verdict on this case once.
Hey Mako, I hope you don't forget Alex.
As
Therefore, I won't stand for any relevant testimony during this retrial. Nor will I stand for a simple repetition of the evidence presented in the last trial.
But we are... Judge, the entire previous trial should not count. We had a fake lawyer on the stand, meaning that all of the evidence was not viewed by both sides properly. I'm not repeating anything that phony me said, trust me.
Now then, Mr. Cadeau, please summon your first witness.
It's Detective Gumption.
Let's start with the formalities, shall we? Name and occupation.
Witness, state your name for the court.
Huh? Oh, sorry, sir. The name is Police Department Detective. Occupation, Dick Gumshoe.
Well, that's not entirely wrong.
Other way around, detective.
Huh? Oh, sorry. Anyway, I'm the officer in charge of this case since yesterday, sir.
Discussion mates only the shrimp-faced remember me Anorith from Pokemon. Kind of funny. Because Anorith is based on the Anomalocaris.
Since yesterday?
Yeah, the guy was on initial investigations tied up with another case now.
I think she really got everything under control, for everyone's sake.
I see. So, Detective Gumshoe, would you outline for the court the basic facts of the case?
Yes, sir. The victim's name was Glenn Elk. He was a professional programmer. He was on the payroll of Blue Screens Inc., a local company.
That's not really what you want to name your, like, tech company, I'm gonna say.
This is the victim's autopsy report.
Court accepts this into evidence.
One's autopsy report. Died of potassium cyanide. No, they didn't. What? Time of death was between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m. 1 second, I need to double check something. Sorry, I'm just double checking something.
My sister and I might go looking for American woodcocks on Wednesday. Funny bird. Go, man.
Sorry, I just wanted to check, because, like, potassium cyanide specifically, I needed to double check, because I know there's a type of cyanide that doesn't necessarily kill you. There's one that basically kills you, but then you're able to be resuscitated later. And so, like, just, that one just, like, caught me for a second. And I was like, is that one potassium cyanide? Because I know it's a version of cyanide. Because I know sodium cyanide kills, and I know hydrogen cyanide kills, but I think it's potassium cyanide that's the survivable one. Anyways, 10 deaths is between 1:30 and 2:30 p.m.
Here are the floor plans of the restaurant. When the incident took place, the victim was sitting right here. Poison coffee was brought over to him by the waitress.
Waitress being the accused.
Yeah. The victim died from poisoning almost immediately after they took a sip of the coffee.
Does it also depend on quantities? It's always going to depend on quantities. I know potassium cyanide is used in dental work, I believe, sometimes. Let's see.
At the time of the incident, there were 2 other people in the restaurant.
I wish I had a silly bird somewhere in my vicinity.
Mr. John Armstrong, the owner and chef, and a regular by the name of Mr. Victor Kudo.
This seems to be a very straightforward case to me.
Blueprints of the crime scene. X equals victim's seat.
Come, detective. Take up this hammer. And nail the defendant's coffin shut with your own 2 hands.
I speak through the 3 stages of China. I hope you read about them and how they make total sense.
Thank you for the donation.
Now then, Detective Gumshoe, let's have your testimony.
Funny face, this is kind of dark, but I mean, there's been worse games than this. This is one of the lightest murder games I've ever played. Like, compare this shit to Danganronpa, you know, like, it's night and day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this game is as dark as the sun. This is baby's first murder game. The Incident.
When the incident took place, the victim was alone at his table, sir. We understand that the guy, Lanel, was listening to the radio at the time. Traces of poison were found in his coffee cup. What we found was potassium cyanide. That stuff really packs a punch. And, it looks like Miss Bird might have had, well, some kind of a motive. Isn't that explicitly wrong?
There wasn't an M-rated Phoenix Wright for like 2 more games, I believe. You're telling me in 2 more games from now, there's an M-rated Phoenix Wright? Cool.
Using the dark, aromatic depths of coffee to conceal the poison. Classy lady.
Facts in this case seem to be ironclad.
Sorry, I just remembered the fucking stupid thing I believe I sent you, Muck, the other day. Like the 2-sentence horror. This tastes like almonds, my ill-mannered wife, mouthful of cake, blurted out as she ate her last meal. That would be the almond extract, I responded as I pulled the pin from the grenade and slid it across the floor. Like the poison cyanide smells like almonds. So when you smell almonds and gobs, it was just like it's a fucking grenade. That's a classic 2-sentence horror. There are so many classic 2-sentence horror stories. Fucking love them. It's only M-rated because of the Edgeworth Dr. Hyde 3-hour sex scene. Naturally, it was a given. Phoenix Wright, but instead of take that, he says fuck. I think we should let Maya say fuck. She just starts swearing irreverently.
Mr. Wright, I would ask you to begin your cross-examination, but...
Yes?
Please, no intimidation tricks this time around. Is that understood?
I told you that wasn't me. Ugh. Can I stop you for just a minute?
Huh? What is it? Did I say something that contradicts the evidence?
does prove that to be true. He's practically crying. Doesn't just now. Doesn't match the testimony given by Miss Bird. Notice that there was another man at the victim's table.
Yeah, that's what she said.
The killer wouldn't say that when faced with a homicide conviction.
Hey!
Sadly, your testimony isn't supported by the owner or the other customer. Isn't that right, Detective Gumshoe?
Yeah, it's true. I had 2 testimonies tie up on that.
I heard the doorbell ring, but I wasn't expecting anyone, especially because I was camping in the woods! I fucking love that the Plague is referencing another Distractable episode that was 2-sentence horror. The host like sets up the first sentence of a 2-sentence horror, and the other person needs to like finish it and make it scarier to get a point. But I was on the moon.
They both said there was no other guy at the table.
I was using my scary tape. What should I do? Should I press a little hardness point or not? I'll leave it for now. Should leave it alone. I got a fat billion bugs going. I'm feeling with this, then maybe you should leave it alone. I always had a bad feeling that I was about to have a bad feeling. It was really bad. Maybe I should move on to another part of the testimony.
That's me every time I'm coming up on a psychedelic.
Was this Neo's radio, you say?
Yeah, he had a portable radio in his chest pocket.
Now you told us that too, didn't she? Something about how one of them had some sort of earpiece? Press a little harder or not? Leave it. I assume if we press harder incorrectly, we will get, penalized. So, trace the poison found in the coffee cup, and nowhere else?
Not sure I'll get you, pal.
Was the poison a liquid, or was it a powder?
If I had to put it in layman's terms, I'd say it was a powdery substance.
Well, the poison could have been in anything that was on the table. Sugar, salt, pepper.
Objection!
Huh. You put salt and pepper in your coffee, trite?
The victim took his coffee black with no sugar.
It seems that the poison could only have been in the coffee.
What should I do? Should I press hard on the topic or not? Leave it for now. Calcium cyanide? Heard of that chemical before. How strong is this poison, Detective Gumshoe?
It's... well, that stuff's lethal.
Yeah, so is a gun, but you could still get shot in the foot.
Eat too much in your history.
What if you don't eat enough? How much is too much?
Lethal dose is 0.2 grams. It's about enough to finish anyone off.
So 0.1 grams is safe, you say? 2 grams? How much is that?
It's 0.2. You know when you swab your ears for earwax? Yeah, about that much.
Earwax, huh?
That's a lot of
You've got an
fucking
abundance
earwax.
of.
Such a small quantity of poison could have been concealed anywhere.
Okay, just to bring in the motive here, the motive that she had would be that he had a winning lottery ticket that he just heard announced. So how in, like, a couple of minutes was a waitress able to procure potassium cyanide to be able to poison him and take the winning lottery ticket that she didn't even know was the winning lottery ticket?
Jaden, that's not how decimals work.
0.1.5 grams. That's not how that works. some kind of motive?
Yeah, well, if you ask me, it's been blown way out of proportion.
You know what my golden rule is, Detective? I've got a bad cup of coffee. You can always get another.
Huh? I don't get it.
I'm saying we can always get another witness on the stand if we have to chuck you out.
Putting the poison in early alpha with that much cheat. That's a good one. FAFSAs actually work with potassium cyanide, which is much safer. Well, yeah. It's potassium cyanide.
Stick to the facts, Detective. Now then, what was Miss Bird's motive?
Cyanate. Come on, Gumshoe.
She was... She said she wanted to steal a lottery ticket.
I knew it! That's what we heard yesterday, too.
It disappeared on the scene of the crime.
And it wasn't just any lottery ticket. It was a winning ticket for $500,000.
Mr. Armstrong knew about the ticket too, didn't he? But he stole the wrong one. And is it possible Maggie stole the winning one? I do. Should I press it on this part? I want to press this one.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. Mere fact the logic had disappeared is no way implicates my client.
I have you in my hand. The very ticket in question.
That's the $500,000 lottery ticket?
This wasn't brought up in the first case. One of the female officers found it when she was conducting a search of the defendant.
What?
Order! Order!
Klondike bar.
She's quite a lucky bird, our little waitress.
You will submit that ticket as evidence to the court immediately.
Better keep an eye on that ticket, the way the judge's voice is quivering. Victim's lottery ticket, a winning ticket for $500,000, found during a body search of Maggie.
This ticket was presented to the court in the previous trial, too.
Why did you act surprised then?
But it feels heavier somehow now. $500,000, you're saying?
It's just a scrap of paper. What matters is where it was found, Your Honor.
And that's on Maggie's person, unfortunately. Do you think that there are any contradictions in this testimony? To be honest, I don't know. Don't you tell us out in the lobby? You said we'd be forming a united front, right? How will we win the case if he doesn't throw us a line? I don't have a whole lot of options right now. Best I can do is gather the facts together, I guess. Okay, I guess we just start double pressing everything.
Oh, that's new. Objection! No, it's not.
Well, maybe the other witness just missed him. Perhaps her view of the victim's table was obscured in some way.
Huh. That argument is as weak as the coffee at Tribulations. I have here in my possession a ticket.
I take it. Looks like a photo to me.
Yes, a one-way ticket to Guiltyville. Population, the defendant.
So I guess we're just getting evidence from doing this.
This is a photograph taken from near the entrance to the kitchen. This is the scene as witnessed by the chef, moments after the poisoning took place, correct?
Oh, that was the judge's voice.
I think the court will agree that with such a clear view of the scene of the crime... How, Mr. Trite, could anyone have overlooked a second person at the table?
certainly seems to show the victim's table extremely clearly.
Go to random courthouses and steal judge bribe money from bathrooms. Always valid. Please do this. Court record. Press harder. And what was it that the victim was listening to on the radio, Detective?
Huh? How should I know?
Thanks a lot. We're now one step closer to the middle of nowhere. This isn't going very well, is it?
Detective, could you perhaps tell us about the poison and how it was used?
Objection!
Are you absolutely certain the victim even drank any of his coffee?
Huh? What do you mean?
According to this file, the poison was found in the victim's coffee cup. But what proof is there that the victim ever drank any of it?
Oh, hey, you're right.
Objection!
That's what I was.
In case you were wondering, that last objection was for the detective there.
Huh? For me?
Oh, hey, you're right. You may be fooling the court, but I'm not falling for it. You have the time to waste. You have the time to present that piece of evidence.
That piece, sir?
Welcome back.
Yes, that piece.
What piece was it again?
This.
Should I be grateful this coffee's only hot enough to give me first degree burns?
Oh, now I remember. This is the, victim's coffee cup.
Yes, the victim's cup. Take a good look at the rim.
Oh yes, it's unmistakable. There's clearly a coffee stain on it.
Conclusive proof that the victim did drink the poisoned coffee that was in this cup. The victim gulped down the bitter death that the waitress brought to him. Like this!
Ugh.
For the record, the only prints on the cup were the victims and the defendants.
Coffee contained potassium cyanide, covered in the victim and Maggie's fingerprints.
Upon further investigation of this cup, we found a certain chemical substance.
One second.
Let me be right back, too.
Be right back 1 second.
Are you back? No. What happened to Mako? I'm here.
Mecha, why is your backside? Oh, you have not been to the stream in a while, have you? I mean, I don't know, Jaden. Anything can be scribbled. Unless it has like 5 different characters or something, then that might be kind of hard, but I don't know. I'm sure they've seen it, Jaden. I eat things all the time, hard so. Oh, I thought you said something. You said somebody. No, I don't do that anymore. God, I am tired today. Man, the first game really did have the best soundtrack, didn't it? Oh, yeah, Larry's theme in this game was really good. Yeah, Jaden, that's the thing, is like everyone is worse than Cornered. Like by a long shot. Man, I should have grabbed a snack or something. I'm not that hungry. Or am I?
What's up, Grizzlers? It's me, the
I was like
Creed.
about to leave to get a snack because you were taking so long, but I'll do it later.
Okay.
That's enough. The facts in this case seem overwhelmingly clear to me. The defendant had ample opportunity to commit the crime of which she is charged. Furthermore, it seems beyond reasonable doubt that she did indeed commit this crime.
You're like an old man who knows the score.
There is also the matter of the $500,000 lottery ticket. That alone provides a very credible motive.
You don't throw holy water on me.
I mean, for that sum of money, even I might be tempted to bend the rules.
I don't mind an old man who was weak to the siren call of money.
Not good, Nick. The evidence against Maggie's starting to pile up fast. Yeah, that's because the court has ruled guilty once already.
I'd say it's about time to wrap up this repeat performance. With one final decisive piece of evidence.
He's got more evidence against Maggie?
This is the apron the delightful Miss Bird was wearing at the time.
Wow, that's not the cleanest apron I've seen. But that stain looks like... can't be blood, can it?
Yeah, it seems the star of our play was a little flustered. And somehow spilled coffee on herself.
The coffee? It's not exactly the first thing that caught my eye.
Of course, the coffee stain isn't the most interesting thing about this apron. No, there's something else that stands out even more.
Crimpled.
Something else? I presume.
Of course, I'm referring to the pocket.
Exactly. The pocket.
A search carried out right after the incident uncovered this. Potassium cyanide. The very poison used by the killer was in her apron pocket.
A bottle of poison? In Maggie's pocket?
Yeah, Maggie's prints were the only ones on it.
What?
Recall Maggie to the stand. I have some questions.
Order! 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 The court will accept these items into evidence.
A Turkish delight. Apron, worn by Maggie at the time of the incident, has a small pocket but big stains. Potassium cyanide, a deadly powdery poison, bears Maggie's fingerprints found in her apron pocket.
There's something still bothering me, Mr. Godot. Why have you not explained the bloodstain to the court?
Bloodstain? What bloodstain would that be?
Don't play games, prosecutor. The blood-colored stain is smeared all over the apron.
It could be anything. Could be even be, ketchup. Jam.
That's ridiculous. No one told me about anything about a bloodstain.
Do you not look at the evidence?
Is he colorblind?
I mean, his visor is red, so perhaps he sees everything in red.
Fucking virtual boy.
You don't need to be told, just look at it.
Well, detective. Would this stain really be blood? No way, sir. It's just ketchup, sir.
Man, this is just like, Goober's Goofy Goober game I played the other day. Man, there are... I've now seen played 3 games in which the comparison between blood and ketchup is... 4 games now that between blood and ketchup has been made. Ketchup?
You must have gotten some on her apron while taking someone their breakfast that day.
I mean, the biggest giveaway should be that it shouldn't be red anymore. If the bloodstain's been on there for that long, it would have turned at least brown and at worst black.
You could have spoken up a little sooner, Detective Gumshoe.
I think a really funny thing is the reason blood does that is because it's rusting.
Will it start like that again and I'll have you drink 17 cups of ketchup, witness?
What is it with you and number 17?
Thought everyone knew what it was already.
I know that there's iron in there, Jane. I like that blood is basically a system of making tiny amounts of rust just to transport oxygen around. It's like, that's why blood's red. But once your blood is outside your body and, like, can't, like, do much else, everything starts going away, and eventually all that's left is, the sort of ruddy, rusty material, which, as it oxidizes, turns orange, and then eventually black.
I haven't seen anything yet to make me doubt the last ruling I made on this case. Motive, the opportunity, and the supporting evidence. They have all been clearly established.
Well, tried. It seems you really are a phony after all.
You really know how to drive a man nuts. Oh?
I know how to drive a man nuts.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Describe for the court the scene, the crime scene, and the findings of your investigation there.
The investigation.
Crime was reported at 2:25 p.m. by a kind of scary old man, sir. Little Maggie had passed out from the shop. It must have been real tough for her. The victim didn't have any identification on him. But we figured out who he was pretty quick, and then the investigation went smoothly.
Oh, really now?
When Maggie was searched, we found a lottery ticket and a bottle of poison.
That is a pretty interesting thing to point out, that he wasn't...
She was unconscious.
Well, yeah, she was unconscious because she passed out because she saw a dead body. But, the interesting is that they don't normally mention things like, we found the identification, but like they said, he did not have any identification on him, but we figured out who he was. Which is a weird thing to mention. Because it adds some credence to the idea that that guy might not even be Glen Elg. He's just a guy that looks like Glen Elg.
And that was it. There was nothing else missing from the crime scene.
You identified the victim and secured your prime suspect. Very good.
Last chance to convince the court you're a real lawyer, Trite. Don't count on any more cross-examinations after this one. So, let the fun begin.
Okay. Did you just say some credence? Yes, credence. What my name is presumably short for.
Your name is short for Credence Clearwater Revival.
My name is not short for Credence Clearwater Revival. Scary old man, Detective Gumshoe?
There's no man who's regular at the restaurant when the incident happened.
Ah, we're obviously talking about the same old man.
Officers were dispatched right after the report came in, but the old guy still made a fuss. What took you so long? And he hurled abuse at them. Seeds.
Seeds. It was nothing. I caught it from my feet.
Why did you do that? That's not even the mighty good joke can avoid being attacked by that guy.
The old man was the only other customer in the place at that time. He took his time finding a payphone apparently, so he was late reporting the crime.
Your name is short for the Declaration of Independence. No! Not at all!
Oh man, I can't wait to sleep tonight. This whole day is just like... I don't know.
How long was the defendant unconscious for? He'll get to sleep eventually.
The officers got to the crime scene around 2:40. Maggie was still out cold in the kitchen at that time. Took another 10 minutes or so before she came to. I would have liked to have been on the scene myself.
I bet you would have liked to carry out the search, too.
I would have loved to see Maggie asleep like that, all pretty and peaceful.
You're a professional detective, not a professional bird watcher.
Save the romantics for your own time, detective. All we need to know about is the investigation.
Oops, I guess I'm pretty red right now, aren't I?
You didn't have any. Are you saying that it was stolen then?
No, I don't think so. The victim didn't have a driver's license or even a credit card on him, pal. All he had was 58 cents in his wallet.
58 cents?
Yeah, can't believe I found someone with less in their wallet than me, pal.
The victim sounds like he was a thoroughly miserable young man.
And yet was eating at a place that was this expensive?
Or some kind of outlaw. That'd give him a bit of an edge.
I think I'm on something here. Wait a sec.
Did I say something dumb again?
Let me paraphrase you just testified to this court. The victim didn't have any form of ID on him. That's basically what you said, right?
Yeah, basically.
In that case, how are you able to identify the victim so quickly?
Oh, that.
You saw it down, he's got his whole shaggy shoulders and puppy eyes thing going.
There was a prescription bag on the victim's table along with the lottery ticket.
Seems Mr. Glenn Elk visited his doctor before he went to Tribune.
We got the victim's name from the medical records of the doctor who prescribed the meds.
That's a reliable enough source for the court.
But what if the medicine was actually from the Red Man?
Ask about his health insurance. The victim had no form of identification on him, correct?
Yeah.
And yet, before arriving at the restaurant, he went to see a doctor. Which means, he must have had his medical insurance card with him.
Oh, that is very true.
The fact that it hasn't been found points to only one obvious conclusion. The victim's medical card was stolen.
True, the victim didn't have a medical insurance card. But why? Because Mr. Glenn Elk didn't have medical insurance to begin with.
As I thought, a thoroughly miserable young man.
Or some kind of outlaw. A bit of an edge never hurt anyone.
Take her off course again, Nick.
Witness, please continue with your testimony. Explain to the court the events following the preliminary investigation.
The event had been passed up for a while, correct? In that case, suppose someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket?
Hey, yeah, you nailed it, pal. It happens to me all the time. We had a department party the other day, and when I got home, I was wearing the boss's shoes.
What?
Keep up this crazy testimony, detective, and those shoes will end up down your throat.
Sorry.
So, Trite, someone planted the evidence in Maggie's pocket? That's a pretty bold statement. Care to back it up with some evidence?
My evidence is I made it the fuck up! Well, I'd love to if I had any.
It appears you have no evidence to support your theory, Mr. Wright. Continue with your testimony, witness.
That squatting image from the How to Talk to Short People comic, but it's my Sona that squatting and dandelion he's talking to, complete with arrows pointing to us reminding the audience of our canonical height, 6'4" for me, and 5 feet 5 inches for dandelion.
That's such a specific thing to request. One second, I gotta change my pants. Chat, don't look, I'm not wearing pants.
Now I'm gonna get a snack. I'll be right back.
Chat, are you not looking? You better not be not looking. Looking not. Okay, I'm wearing shorts again. The day I stayed, it got a lot hotter, and now I am warm. Okay. Get that out of the way, get that out of the way, get that out of the way. Okay, I was given a drawing donation. It's a scrunkly, I don't care. I'm figuring out as I go. I don't remember how your Sona looks exactly, but it's a scrungly and I don't need to make it look perfect. A bit of that.
That was a good dandelion.
What were the values you said? It was like 6'4" and like 5'3". Is that it?
5'5".
5'5". There you go. Congratulations. Enjoy your content that you paid for.
That's a very good dandelion.
Yee. I know it is. I'm a good artist.
Damn, you finished it before I could eat even like an eighth of my meal.
Yeah. $5 million lottery ticket and the bottle of poison were accounted for.
Yeah.
Interesting. It's true that those two items are accounted for, but wasn't there another lottery ticket that was stolen that day?
Oh yeah, the one the restaurant owner took. went a whole dollar with it. What a lucky guy, huh?
And they're just going to let him get away with it? Guess no one cares when it's that little, except for Gumshoe. If all on the assessment, the judge is going to go hard and down his verdict. Just to give us anything to work with. Can't find any contradictions if it doesn't give us something. Yeah, that's true. I think Gumshoe are like dumb and dumber. Only hope is that they were so dumb they missed something obvious. Come on, Gumshoe, be the dumbest you've ever been! Ask for the prescription bag. So what sort of medicine was in the bag?
Well, actually, the bag we found was empty.
Huh?
Yeah, completely empty.
Oh, that's probably what the bottle we found in the kitchen was. That was different than all the others. Because the chef's a kleptomaniac, so he took the bottle. It was completely empty? Here's prescription bag. The victim got this from the doctor before we went trivia, and the bag is empty.
It didn't really look like a pill bottle, though.
But it has the same color palette.
You're entering an empty paper bag as evidence. Desperate, are you, Trade? Now, what happened with the investigation after that, Detective?
Oh, I didn't mean to go to the end of it. That means that the final statement was a lie. Because if nothing else was missing from the crime scene, where's the pill bottle? Detective Gumshoe, I think I should point something out to you. There's just one small contradiction in your testimony.
Oh, finally! I'm getting all anxious just waiting, so hurry up, will you?
You testified that nothing else was missing from the crime scene. However, the prescription bag you mentioned was empty. Did the officers recover the medicine from the scene of the crime later?
No, they didn't.
The victim was given a prescription right before going to Tresbian. Where, then, did the medicine disappear to?
You are too cold now.
Take your time, why don't you?
Indeed. Oh my god, give me 1 fucking second.
Due
No.
consideration wasn't given to the victim's prescription in the previous trial.
Goodness, why'd you always overlook such vital pieces of evidence? Why?
The victim was killed by poison! And the victim's medicine mysteriously disappeared? The victim's own prescription could have been the lethal poison itself!
Order! Order!
Chocolate milkshake.
Well, Mr. Godot, what do you have to say to that?
I am Sigmaxing right now, Jaden. I'm aura farming.
That's all.
What?
Read for the court the name of the clinic on the prescription bag, if you will.
What's the clinic's name got to do with anything? New Ear Otolaryngological Clinic. Otolaryngological.
Otolaryngological.
Yeah, I get Laren, as relating to, like, the larynx, I would presume, but the otolaryng, I would assume ear.
Just what kind of illness was the victim suffering from, Mr. Godot?
Hardly an illness, Your Honor. More like a bitter war wound, you could say.
A wound?
The day before the incident, Mr. Elk found himself in a fight. He took a blow to the side of the head and ruptured his eardrum.
Then cup the ear. Discombobulate. He ruptured his eardrum?
And what on earth was the prescription he was given?
It was a cream that was to be applied topically inside his ear canal, not to be ingested.
What? Okay, sure, that does not necessarily mean that's where the poison got to him, but that doesn't answer where is the medicine? Why would it disappear?
It's mentioned in the autopsy report if you read the fine print. They found traces of the medication in the victim's left ear.
Doesn't the rupture of the ear kill you? No. It'll be
Yes,
disorienting,
it
but it
is.
won't kill you.
Very, very fine print.
And that is like permanent damage, right?
Oh yeah, you'd have major damage, assuming it was bad enough, if you actually, like, full-on ruptured it.
It seems Mr. L correctly applied some of his medication while he was Therefore, it would be absurd to believe that he would have eaten his medication.
Ugh.
Seems this medication is irrelevant to the case after all.
No. Nick, don't think of something quick. It'll all be over. She's right. But I can't get away with any old weak objection. What should I do? Push the medication. It's still missing! Only moments ago, Mr. Godot made the following statement. It seems Mr. Elg correctly applied some of his medication while he was at Tresbian. That's the case, then why was the medication not found at the scene of the crime?
But the medication in question was for topical use inside the ear canal.
That doesn't change the fact that it could not be found at the crime scene. However insignificant it may seem, it's a lawyer's duty to pursue the truth.
You know as well as I do that the medication is irrelevant.
Clearly it's not if it was missing!
It hardly seems likely that a prescription drug would contain potassium cyanide.
You're not getting the point here, Godot! It's not that it contains the poison, it's that it's not there! It seems like that was the coffee the waitress served would contain it either. But it did! Possibility is undeniable.
That's enough. Mr. Godot, is the detective the only witness the prosecution wishes to call? Mr. Godot?
I got my own witness I'd like to call, sir. It's the old man who was there in the restaurant on the day of the murder.
Victor Kudo, the pigeon hater?
Very well. The matter of the disappearing medication seems a little more trivial of us. However, it wasn't explored at all in the previous trial. And that is something that bothers me.
Yay! Good job, Nick.
The court will adjourn for a 10-minute recess,
I call dibs on the swing set.
after which you will hear the prosecution's next witness.
Prosciutto.
I suppose this means I'll just have to finish you off in my last 6 cups.
Court is adjourned for recess.
Yay! Skip a dip a dip a dip dippity dip 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 January 7/11/03 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Numero Uno. Phew! That was close. Tell me about it. I nearly died in there. That's my line, sir! No, it's my line. I think I really did die a little bit. Looks like we all nearly died in there. I can't believe Detective Gumshoe! How could he betray us like that? Huh? He said he'd help me, but he totally set me up. I don't think he meant to do that, Maggie. He was backed into a corner. I mean, the guy's gotta do his job, right? It's okay. I know all about lies and betrayal. I've had them my whole life. But it really hurt this time. It felt like someone had punched me hard in the stomach. I hate that guy. I don't ever see him again. Poor Gumshoe. So the next witness is going to be that old guy from the park, right? Yeah, Mr. Kudo, lover of waitress outfits and projectile seeds. I bet he's going to be really stubborn. I mean, he's pretty set in his ways, you know? Yeah, he's got a big old grouch. You're going to be able to handle him, Nick. Yeah, I can take whatever he throws at me, even those never-ending bird seeds. Will he be allowed to have the bird seed in the courtroom? January 7th, 11:15 a.m. District Court, courtroom numero 4.
Court will now be convened for the trial of Maggie Bird. Mr. No, your next witness, please.
Prosecution calls the lucky old timer who caught the show over a cup of coffee. Would the witness please take the stand?
Why? Does he have birdseed?
Name and occupation, if you don't mind.
My name is Victor Kudo, born and bred in the land of the rising sun. Honor and duty are what make me. Mind you, I can be quite emotional at times, too.
I don't need to hear about that, Mr. Kudo. Just tell the court your occupation.
My occupation? Gah, listen, young'un. How much calling you think there is for kimono embroidery here?
Kimono embroidery?
That's what I do, or did back in Japan. I embroidered family crests on kimonos. My ancestors were embroidering kimonos before this country even existed.
Well, did they call it a country back when it was the Native Americans?
No. I think at that point it'd be a nation. Wow, a real craftsman. They're a dying breed. Hey, maybe you could embroider my costume sometime.
Anyway, like I said, there's not much demand for that kind of thing here. So I had to take a job working the cash register at a burger joint, pretending to smile.
The burger joint would have been better off putting him in the kitchen.
Now then, witness, were you in the restaurant at the time of the incident?
Oh yes, I was eating some seeds over a cup of Javachino.
You were what?
Seeds? What do you think these are, hmm?
I see.
So you saw everything that happened, Gramps.
Did I? Oh yes I did. I saw it all.
Please tell the court what all we use.
Sure. I'll tell you every last detail.
Really getting into this. What I witnessed.
The young man was reading the sports paper. The serving girl brought him a Javachino, but she put something in it. The man took one sip of it, looked like he was in terrible pain, and collapsed. That's the serving girl, right there in the defendant's chair. I remember her well.
That photo looked like it could have potentially been that other girl we saw, although I'm not sure.
Mr. Kudo, she's not a serving girl. Please refer to her as a waitress.
Gah, you're as bad as the rest of them. All these newfangled words. What's wrong with old-fashioned ones?
These newfangled words. What the Sigma? This dude is not putting out his gat for the Rizzler.
I see that Rubrum has decided to show up and be incomprehensible as always. And by that, as always, I mean as occasionally.
Newfangled?
All this talk of radios and glasses, it's wireless and spectacles, I tell you.
Excuse me?
Rubrum, this is why I banned you from my chat.
Listen to me, everyone. Don't forget the old values. Don't let the good old days slip away.
Well, I think it's time to begin the cross-examination, Mr. Wright.
The dude does seem pretty cross. Yes, Your Honor. So you saw the victim then? You saw Mr. Glenelg?
I want to know because the bronze is Japanese or not.
He was looking at the sports paper the victim was reading. Well, at the location in question. There are partitions between the tails and said the same side of the restaurant, right?
So what if there are?
So that you could see the victim. That means you were sitting at the table on the other side of the restaurant, correct?
I go to that place and drink Javachino. I don't go to sit. I don't remember which table I was sitting at.
You need to go there to eye the waitresses.
Seriously, is Rubrum a bot? Like, I don't think a bot would talk like that, but they're the most bot human being I've ever seen.
Nah, Rubrum's just weird. Shikoda, that's a very grave accusation. Are you sure about what you saw?
Mr. Kudo never makes mistakes. I dot every T and cross every I.
Your eyes do seem a bit crossed right now. I see.
My eyesight's fine. Doctor said I only need spectacles for reading and driving.
So you're nearsighted and farsighted.
I bet his eyes are only fine when he's scoping out a waitress.
I saw what they serving open in the Javachino as well.
I know what's coming up, and something tells me I'm not gonna like it. Leave it for now. Just make sure I'll better ignore for now. You just took one sip?
You young'uns, you waste everything. Those Javachinos cost $8. In the good old days, we would have drank every last drop, eaten the cup, and then died.
That do be how it was. Back in...
drank ourselves to death.
I was thinking this exact same line.
God damn it, we liked it.
Congratulations! You have earned the title of Battiest Man to grace a courtroom.
So it was an immediate death? Well, with potassium cyanide, I suppose that is possible.
Oh yes, he slumped over without so much as a twitch. I felt the Javachino I just drunk turned sour in my stomach.
Oh yes, I know the feeling.
And the waitress, I presume she is.
You said I remember her well in reference to the waitress. Did you have any particular features that you can identify her by?
Particular features? It's a disgrace, that's what it is. you could see all the way up to her, you know. She's practically naked in that uniform.
So the particular feature you recognize about the waitress is her outfit? But anyone could wear that as such a uniform. Even me!
Mr. Wright, please spare the court of any further mental anguish from that image.
You know you'd like it! Hey, look, I'd rock the outfit, if you know what I mean. You're all excited, Nick. You've got to keep yourself together. Oh, is that
Color
one?
would kind of match you.
Yeah. I guess I got a bit carried away.
I need to wash my hand 1 second.
Well, well, well. It's just me and the gamers. Sticking one out for the Grizzler. How we squealing tonight, party people? Party people! Having trolleys for the first time. Like sour gummy worms? Based?
Okay, it might have been at least 2 seconds.
Yeah, there are other things I recognize about her, too.
He's pretty sure of himself. What should I do? Leave it for now. While I'm attacking this. Think old CD really saw Maggie do it? Well, he probably had his eye on the waitress the whole time, that's why he was there. But he was there for the cute outfits, right? Not the waitress. I guess. That's a good point, though. Say something clever? Waitress Mr. Kutasal was really Maggie. I have to figure out, Nick.
Oh shit, Pride Month's like over now, huh? I didn't realize that. That went by fast.
I mean, yeah, it was an entire month. Your Honor, we need more clarification on what was put into the victim's coffee. I'd like to ask the witness and add what he knows about this to his testimony.
I agree. Witness, will you enlighten us, please?
Sure, sure.
Like, this is just spam at this point, right? With Rubrum?
Yeah, I don't mind it.
Okay.
Spanish.
There's no question about it. She very conspicuously put some white powder in there.
Did she really put that into the coffee?
You doubt me, boy? She took some out of a small brown bottle and sprinkled it in.
Couldn't she have been adding sugar?
Sugar? In a small brown bottle like that?
Like that? Witness, can you please describe the bottle in more concrete terms?
Bottle like this, perhaps?
Oh, there it is. That's the one.
That's the bottle of potassium cyanide, I presume.
So what of your cue is put into the coffee? I think it's clear, don't you?
Press harder. Sure, you saw the waitress take the coffee over to the victim. It matters whether that waitress was Maggie Bird or not.
Holy shit, Rubrum typed like actual words. That's crazy.
Quite right. Mr. Kudo, these other features that you recognize about the defendant?
Pride implies some level of accomplishment. I do a great accomplishment of showing up and improving everybody's day. I'm very proud of my ability of being the coolest and best person in the room.
Question adjourned? That's not how you spell adjourned, but okay. Like, does no one else... Am I the only fucking person who, when I don't know how to spell something, I look it up? Instead of just, like, making the sounds with my fingers?
I'm just correct about spelling all of the time.
Oh yeah, 4th of July. I'll have to do my, Is something happening on the 4th of July? I feel like...
I don't know. What?
I feel like there was something else that was happening on the 4th, but I can't remember what it was. Anyway, yeah, but I gotta... Also, no, 4th of July... Wait, yeah, no, it is Friday. I'll probably do my... teardown stream, even if it's on a Friday. But, like, before Avery's stream, I guess.
The 3rd of July is when they're gonna try to shut off my power.
Yeah, you better get on that.
I would ask you to add them to your testimony.
Sure. There was a ribbon in her hair, and her apron straps were loose.
You do seem to remember several details about her appearance, but what about the most crucial details of all? Her face.
Tja, as if I wouldn't remember that.
Objection! The witness noticed the straps in the accused's apron. He's unlikely to make a mistake about her face.
That's right, I can even tell you the color of the ribbon in her hair. It was red.
So you see, there's nothing wrong with the witness's eyesight.
No doubt he remembers the waitress pretty well. What should I do? I have a feeling there's something more to this somehow. Ask about the straps. Kudo, you seem especially interested in the straps. Why is that?
What?
The ribbon in her hair, the straps in her apron? It's with a fascination.
The fascination.
Objection! People have all kinds of fetishes, Trait. You don't need to embarrass the witness.
What kind of weirdo is a fetish? Isn't that ridiculous, Mako?
Yeah.
Listen, you young upstarts, I haven't got some sick strap fetish.
Is there any relevance to the witness's unusual love of straps, Mr. Wright?
I was just curious as to why he was so fixated on the waitress' straps.
I said I haven't got a strap fetish. How many times do I have to repeat myself?
Very well. Continue with your testimony, Mr. Kudo, and make it strapless.
I guess ask about ribbon.
Objection!
Or the back,
Waitress's
rather.
back. Identifying features you described. All things you would see from the back.
Yeah, that is totally that other girl that we saw.
So what?
Is it possible that you never saw the waitress from the front at all?
Objection!
Ugh.
He's got you there, Gramps.
How was that an objection? That wasn't an objection.
People don't really talk about facial features when they're asked to describe somebody. This witness's testimony is nothing but straps and ribbons.
The
This is harassment! I tell you I'm not obsessed with straps and rabbits! I'm just telling you what I saw.
Mr. Kudo, the court requests that you add details about any identifying features. Features you observed from the front, that is, to your testimony.
Sure.
Phil's testimony is getting longer and longer. Can't put a hole in it soon, it'll get even longer, I bet.
There wasn't anything that caught my interest about her when I saw her from the front.
Right, anything to be distinct, but you did clearly see the witness's face, yes?
No question about it. I didn't come this far to back down now. Victor Kudo never backs down.
That's not the answer I was looking for, okay? This turned into a matter of pride for old CD now, I guess. I wonder if he really did see Maggie's face or not. Like I thought, we need some concrete proof of this. I feel like I didn't see the waitress clearly from the front. I know the answer to this one, Muck. Do you know the answer to this one, Muck?
I mean, you just present the picture of Maggie to him, right?
No, because he'll just claim that that's who he saw. Because we know for a fact he did not see her from the front.
We do?
Yes, because otherwise he would have been able to identify her. But he's been very coy on not actually stating anything that relates to what she looks like, just her outfit. So what is something that he would have noticed if he was looking at her properly? He really pays attention to the outfit.
Oh yeah, well, Tiger just gave it away with glasses.
No. There was a massive bloodstain-like stain on the front of her outfit.
Okay.
Mr. Kudo, I'd like you to please take a look at this.
Gah, that filthy thing would suit filth like you just perfectly. Actually, it reminds me of what my grandson looks like just after he's done eating.
Ever seen this before?
Of course I haven't. You think I'd forget something as dirty as that? Hmm? Well, you half-witted clut.
Thanks for the help, old man.
What? What is it? Ever since I said you half-witted clut, there's been an eerie silence in here.
Mr. Kudo, this apron is the apron worn by the defendant on the day of the poisoning.
Huh?
And as you just stated yourself, you wouldn't forget something like this. Which means if you have really seen this apron before... Yes, you know what I'm getting at. You could have possibly seen the waitress from the front.
Oops! Witness!
See you later, Rubrum, if that is you saying that you're leaving.
You can't just oops your way out of this.
Huh. Oh well. Looks like we finally have a genuine trial on our hands. Listen, Trite, here are the facts. On the day of the incident, there was only one waitress in the restaurant.
That being the defendant, Miss Maggie Bird.
Exactly. And when that one waitress put the poison into the cup of coffee, cup, this old guy was watching.
I hope you understand the gravity of the situation, Mr. Kudo. The fate of the defendant may rest on what you say you remember seeing.
Just tell the court exactly what you saw, Gramps.
You can rely on me, Captain. My dog is in perfect working order. I can't remember a single occasion when I forgot what a burger a customer wanted.
Oh, so you can't remember them? You can't remember? I don't think he messed up so many times he's blocked it out.
Very well. Let's test just how good your memory and attention to detail is, Mr. Kudo.
Usually the mistakes and orders are done by the prep. They put this wrong stuff together. But, you know.
Here's what you remember about the victim.
About the victim.
He was another of those pesky young, wearing a broken pair of spectacles. He had a newspaper in his right hand, and the noisy brat kept rustling its pages. The young man was listening to the wireless. I remember that well. And the servant girl in question brought over the Javachino. Little Fidget picked up the cup with his free hand and took a sip.
The testimony we've just heard was to test how credible the witness's memory is. It seems to me that he remembers the victim in a great deal of detail.
Oh yes, I hate those you-know-what types who are so vague about everything.
You're gonna handle this, Nick. You only need to do one thing. Just need to prove that the old man's memory is shot. Just trip him up, you mean? Isn't that kind of cruel? I suppose, but it's what I do best. Spectacles?
Dark glasses to you. One of the lenses was green, but the other was broken. Newfangled rubbish. That's why I remember him so well.
He just had kind of lens over his left eye. Why wouldn't I call it a pair of glasses?
He seems to have been wearing some rather looking shades. Perhaps I should take to wearing some and rival Mr. Godot's sharp appearance.
Ah, quick go, sing sharp. And quick.
The judge with just the stupidest pair of eyewear you can possibly imagine.
So we can see if I should challenge him about the spectacles. This video was a sports paper, wasn't it?
That young hooligan, I nearly asked him, can't you even read without fidgeting, How was I supposed to be able to read the back page of all that rustling going on? I need to find out if Guts and Braun retained his championship title.
It was his paper, not yours. Why don't you buy one of your own?
What are you looking at me like that for, How dare you judge me?
Ow! Ow! Doesn't bring up Bean yesterday, by the way. Anyway. The wireless?
The decadent young rascal. In my day, he was one or the other. Read the paper or listen to the wireless.
Oh boy.
And using that earpiece, it's selfish, that's what it is.
What are you, a TikToker? You're like, I'm gonna listen to my TikToks and such at full volume on public transportation with no headphones, just because I want everybody else to hear what I'm listening to. Nobody wants to hear that. Some people just want to enjoy the piece of transportation without listening to your bullshit.
I was straining my ears, but I couldn't catch any of it.
You see that? It's hard to listen to the radio?
What are you looking at me like that for, How dare you feel sorry for me?
Ow! I mean, the waitress, who you only saw from behind, right?
You're one of those, are ya? You never let anything go, isn't that right?
Maybe.
What does it matter if I saw from the front or from behind? My eyes don't lie!
Ow! I'm pushing I got some hard evidence. His free hand?
Yes.
Which hand was that?
Weren't you listening before, cloth ears? I said he was rustling the newspaper with his right hand, didn't I? If his free hand wasn't his right hand, then which hand was it, you moron?
Ow!
Perhaps the great Mr. Trade has 3 hands.
Yeah, to fucking punch you with.
Like a vortigon.
Yeesh, I was only asking. Don't gang up on me like that and treat me like a freak. Don't play this cross-examination to establish just one thing. This little guy's memory has more holes in a slice of Swiss cheese. Just need to find a contradiction in his testimony somewhere, huh? Anything will do. Even the smallest detail. We just need one mistake and he's ours.
I would assume just present the picture of the guy to that first one there.
But he was wearing what would be described as like a broken pair of spectacles.
Didn't he say that, like, he was wearing a broken bit, though, and there was no broken bit?
Okay. The witness statement is clearly faulty, Your Honor.
I'm sorry, but I could see nothing faulty. Unfortunately, I will have to penalize you, Mr. Wright.
Thanks, Mako.
So, is it
Must be on the wrong
maybe
track.
maybe he didn't ever get to see his face?
No, he clearly saw his face because he described the spectacles, Mako!
Okay.
He's just
Don't be
old
mean
and
to
stupid!
me.
I'm not being mean, he's old and stupid! You need to understand he's gonna describe everything in the terms that he understands! A singular glasses piece is gonna be described as a broken pair of spectacles.
I guess, yeah.
The radio he described as the wireless.
Also, didn't he just contradict himself by saying he was holding the paper with his right hand and also took the coffee with his right hand?
No, he took the coffee with his free hand.
Oh.
Newspaper in his right hand. It's gonna have something to do with the with the distinction between the right and the left.
Are you sure?
Yes, because it's odd that it specified it. Yep, that's the issue. There's a coffee stain here, presumably from a person drinking. If this drinking stain here, which hand would you be holding the cup with?
Oh, that is a small detail, but yeah.
Mr. Kudo, do you remember what you were told at the start of this testimony? This was a way of testing the credibility of your memory.
I know! There's nothing wrong with my memory, I tell you, nothing! If I got anything wrong, I'll eat these seeds and sing the pigeon song.
Tell us where this is going, Trade.
According to Mr. Kudo, the victim was holding the paper in his right hand, but drinking coffee with his free hand, which would make that his left hand.
What is this? Kindergarten?
But I would like the court to please take a look at this.
That's the cup the victim used, correct?
Yes, and on the rim you'll notice the mark left by the victim's lips.
Yes, there's a stain left by the coffee.
If you consider where that stain is, you'll clearly see that the victim was holding the cup in his right hand.
But how?
Unless he was holding it like an idiot.
Yeah,
Well-
you could've done Levi.
That... no. No! No! Well, Mr. Kudo, the court is waiting for your epic performance. You said you eat those seeds and sing the pigeon song?
He doesn't have shoes on, he just has like leggings.
Mr. Kudo, I'm afraid this is simply not acceptable. I think the witness had better go back to the park where he came from.
Wait! If you think I'm gonna stand here and listen to you tell me I'm mad, you're wrong!
This guy's voice hurts my throat for some reason.
I don't care about that dirty coffee cup, I know what I saw!
You still insist on your testimony?
That young brat was holding the cup in his left hand! Oh yes, no question, I'm a good law-abiding citizen, I am. It's that dead young
Oh god. Ugh.
It's that dead young hotbot in you, you spiky-haired yahoo who are at fault!
Oh, me?
Thank you, old man. We've heard quite enough from you already.
Don't call me old man, old man! Been around for 68 years I have, you can't ignore me! Listen to what I've got to say!
I'm sorry, Mr. Kudo, but...
Sure, why not hear a little more?
Mr. Kudo!
And this is my 16th cup of coffee. So this is your final stand.
Thank you, Captain. You can rely on Victor.
Victor, with a C. Left hand or right hand or...
The boy was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the green lens of his specs. He kept fiddling with it all the time. He was fiddling with it just before he picked up the cup, too. And then he used the same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand.
I know that the victim was wearing an unusual monocle over his left eye.
It wasn't a monocle, Your Honor. It was a small computer monitor often used by programmers.
It's not, no.
What? What?
This game is set in the far-off future.
What, 2017 or something?
2002!
A monitor? You mean like a television screen?
Just the idea that programmers specifically would have this on, and only programmers.
I own two, thank you very much. I wear them on the
Really?
same eye.
The inside of the lens is a screen that displays computer data. It's called an HMD. It is called that, actually. It's a common tool in the victim's line of work.
HD, TV, DVD, CD. All these newfangled letters drive me mad, but they don't matter.
This reminds me of the fucking red versus blue joke. Well, the HD DVD didn't have enough repeated letters, so now it's gonna be called HADDBBDDBVD. Mecca, would you buy the HADDBBDDBVD?
Only if I wanted it.
I know what I saw, and I'm telling the truth.
It's true. He doesn't seem to be lying. He's just stupid.
And those are the facts in good old black and white.
But it was wearing an HMD.
HD, TV, DC, DVD, what does it matter?
There's none of them, actually, but anyway. You sure he was wearing the earpiece on the same side?
No question. I can only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
Yeah, that's pretty obvious if you look at the floor plans. If it was a table, he'd only have a view of the left side of the victim's head. Kept filling with all the time.
What is this on my... There's like red bumps on my torso, like on the back of it a little bit. That's like a rash or something. I don't know what the hell that is.
I don't know. Well, you kept an eye on Mr. Glenelg.
He was getting on my nerves. Rustling that newspaper and fiddling with his earpiece all the time. And then he went and made all that fuss dying for one sip of Javachino.
Oh, man, I need to like modify this voice slightly or I'm not gonna be able to do it.
I wanted to say to him, calm down, you young brat. Just looking at him made me suddenly speed up my seed eating. I could have choked.
So take the victim as a walking ball of nervous energy. Here's your answer. Which hand did the victim use to touch it?
You're one of those people, aren't you?
Lawyers.
You're the type that uses your left hand to get things out of your right pocket.
Are there people who do that? If so, why?
Or fastens your left cuff with your right hand.
You should fasten your left cuff with your right hand.
And what the tour guide says, on your right side you'll see the famous blah blah. You're the only one who deliberately looks left. Well, aren't you?
No, I didn't mean...
Obviously, he used the hand on the same side of his body that the earpiece was in.
Ow, 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 ow. He had the HMD on his left side, then it was his left hand, I guess. Seem very sure of yourself, Mr. Kudo.
That's because I know what I saw, no matter what tricks you try to play on me.
Looks like he really did see the guy picking the cup up with his left hand. This is a dead end. Like, what do you think? I think the guy's telling the truth. But even so, something's not quite right. Check evidence at him until he breaks. But if he's not lying, then there wouldn't be any contradictions in his testimony, right? Reading the specs, fiddling with it all the time. You know, this where we picked up the coffee cup too. With the same hand to pick up the coffee cup, his left hand. That still doesn't explain this. Same hand to pick up the cup, his left hand. It was fiddling with just where he picked up the cup too, kept fiddling with it all the time.
Where are we going with this?
He wouldn't be able to hear in his left ear, so he can't use an earpiece on the same side as it.
Oh. Then yeah, it'll be that one.
I'm not sure what the relevance of this is, but... Mr. Kudo, there is something very strange about your observations of the victim.
What?
You see he was wearing the earpiece on the same side as the HMD.
No question. You can lock me up if I'm wrong. It was his left ear without a doubt. I could only see that side of his head from where I was sitting.
I don't think so.
What did you say?
You're no doubt unaware of this fact, Mr. Kudo, but the victim couldn't hear with his left ear. His eardrum was ruptured.
Eh?
Traces of medication for his condition were found in his ear canal. That's right, it's possible the victim was wearing his earpiece in his left ear, because he couldn't even hear in that ear.
Is that true, Captain?
It is.
Pigeon!
Hey, pigeon!
Order! Order! Order!
Orange creamsicle. The witness's testimony is completely unreliable. He only saw the wagers from behind, and he claims the victim was wearing an earpiece when we know his eardrum was ruptured. Well, Mr. Godot?
A single drop of milk is all it takes to destroy the pure black magic in the cup. This old man is my drop of milk.
Captain, are you calling me a drip?
This is the victim's coffee cup in which the potassium cyanide was found. The mark on the rim clearly shows that the victim picked it up with his right hand.
I'll never back down. I know I'm right. The lad drank his Giavicino with his left hand.
I'll put you out of your misery. Clearly, the victim used both hands. He took a sip of the cup held in his right hand, then switched to his left. That's what the old man saw.
Incorrect, because we know he only took one sip and then died, according to the testimony. Impossible. The witness has already testified on numerous occasions. The victim died immediately after just one sip of the coffee.
Which hand the victim used to pick up his cup is irrelevant, Your Honor.
It is very relevant. The cup clearly only had one sip and it looked to be taken with the right hand.
Did you hear that thunder on my mic?
Yes.
Cool. Yeah, if I die, it's because power went out or something.
The facts still stand. With one hand or the other, Mr. Elg drank the poisoned coffee. Like this!
Sadly, Mr. Cadet, that doesn't wash. The point of this testimony was to establish whether the witness's memory is credible. And the results are clear. This given its witness is useless.
I believe it is time to conclude today's proceedings. I am satisfied that the witness is not deceiving the court. But to be frank, his testimony is a farce.
Did you have to be so frank? Take that, you pompous old fogey!
I'm sorry, Mr. Cadeau. You can't reach me from there. I'm ordering the defense and the prosecution to investigate this case further. That is all for now. This court is adjourned.
Who is holding it?
Wait! If we stop now, where does that leave me?
Leave you, Mr. Cadeau?
Thanks to that blue-suited young upstart over there. I'm just a bumbling old man who can't even dot his T's or cross his I's now.
How is your bad memory my fault?
I'm sorry, Mr. Cadeau, but there's nothing I can do.
I've kept my mouth shut until now. But there's something else the court should know.
What?
There's more?
To be perfectly honest, it might not be anything. But I want another chance. I want another crack at you, you young shark.
Me? Look at me like I'm some sort of evil shogun.
Well, everyone, what do you say to one final showdown? The final chapter in this eccentric old man's scrapbook.
Sorry, Gramps. I've already had my 17th cup of coffee.
What have you got to lose, Captain? I'll give you all the Jamachino you want if you come to my house after the trial. I may be 68 years old, but Victor Kudo is still a man.
That's enough, witness. I believe it will be quicker for the court to just hear your testimony.
You bet! Much, much quicker.
I can't believe this is happening.
You better get ready, youngster.
I get the picture, just quit throwing those seeds at me, would you? I'll be using some sort of infinite ammo code with that box of seeds. The final show.
First of all, I want to stress that this might be nothing. I'm not too sure of myself. The young boy slumped over the table as soon as he took one sip of his Javachino. Well, the clumsy idiot upset the vase. He knocked it right over. It broke, and the strip of cloth covering the table got completely soaked. Well, how about that? Turn things upside down, hmm?
Is that all?
Yes, that's all. I remember it perfectly. You're doubting me again? You're doubting a poor, defenseless old man?
No, we're not doubting you, Mr. Kudo.
You get the feeling there's a question hanging on everyone's lips, Nick? Yeah, so what? Probably. So I gotta think of, and I have to cross-examine this guy.
You're a bird brain, that's why that's all you can think of.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your final cross-examination, please.
The final showdown! Let's see. Press. The court generally prefers it if witnesses are sure of themselves, Mr. Kudo.
Noisy brat! I'm warning you, I'm more savage than a macho man right now. You won't beat me with this testimony. This is the final battle.
Oh,
I'm so glad for this to be over with and for me to never have to voice him again.
These channel seeds harder than ever. I better be careful. Come on, Nick. Nail him. The court has already heard that testimony, Mr. Kudo.
I know that. I was just setting the mood. How else am I supposed to build up the suspense?
The suspense?
Yes, now what do you think? Should I work the audience a bit more?
No, please continue, Mr. Kudo, as quickly as possible.
Alright, now where was I? Ah, yes. The young boy slumped over the table and...
A vase, you say?
Yes, there are faces on all the tables in that place. They're accidents waiting to happen. They're practically begging to be knocked over.
Well, he's right about there being vases. I do remember seeing them too. If the vase was knocked over, why is the vase still upright then? If you saw the moment when the victim actually knocked over the vase...
Well, it's hard to say. It's a bit unclear. How do you really define...
What do you mean? Did you see it or did you not? And if you did not see it, how did you interpret that it happened? Okay, I get it.
I heard it break, and the sight of it burned into my memory as clear as day.
Okay, so... we now know glass broke, and something in it did seem to be falling over. Soaked in water, you mean?
Yes, splashed me on the knee as well.
You said you were sitting at the table across from the victim, correct? And yet the water still managed to splash onto you?
It was cold. I clearly remember it splashing me.
Would the water really make it all the way across the other side of the room? I mean, technically, yes. You mean the vase in the victim's table falling upside down and breaking?
The vase turned upside down, and my testimonies turned in this case upside down. It's a joke. I just wanted everyone to hear it. What do you think, Captain?
I'm impressed by your ability to waste time.
Godot hasn't raised any objections for a while now.
So, you young show-off, with that scrap of information, I'm throwing in the guard. If I lose this one, I'll take it like a man and admit defeat.
Accidentally double-clicked. You're like giving me the evil eye, Maya. He's looking at you, Nick, not me. It's like he's saying, I triple dog dare you to find a contradiction, youngin'. I guess I'll just have to rise to the challenge then. The vase is upright.
Well, there you go.
Everything's wet because the coffee fell over, and something glass broke. Like, regardless of whether or not because he clearly didn't see it, but he definitely heard something. But what glass could have broken? Perhaps a window? A wall? To the sweat drip down my...
Some kind of liquid hit him as well.
That is very true. He was hit by a liquid, and it was cold. Coffee would have been hot.
Well, they put cold water in the coffee, though.
Yes, but it still should have been warm in some degree.
You don't know that.
Mr. Kudo, this is a photograph of the crime scene. I mean, there are all those scent bottles, perhaps. One of them might have fallen.
So what?
Look carefully at the table. The vase is there, intact.
Huh?
Lost your tongue, Granddad?
I know granddad of yours, hopscotch.
Ow, ow!
Enough.
If you throw any more seeds in this courtroom, the cleaners will be here all night.
Ah!
What is it now?
I just remembered something.
Yes. Goon.
The broken vase. It was on my table.
What?
Well, you see... It startled me when that young lad collapsed. So I stood up. That must have been when it fell over. The vase on my table, I mean.
The vase on your table?
Yes, it was on my table. And that's how my groin came to be completely soaked. No other reason.
Kudo was just smiling.
Thank you, Mr. Kudo. You've certainly earned your kudos for today.
I'd like to ask a question now. Have I been any use at all?
Yes, actually. Just not in the way that you were hoping.
Perhaps that's something you should reflect on yourself, Mr. Kudo.
Ah! Wait a minute! If that's the case, there's more! I got more to say! Oh yes, I remember something else!
Bailiff, escort the witness out of the courtroom.
Wait! Listen to me!
Well, we seem to have been considerably sidetracked. I'm still not in a position to deliver a verdict. Defendant has not been publicly identified as the waitress in question. Additionally, there are two disparities in the testimony we've heard thus far.
The mark on the coffee cup, and the victim supposedly drank from with his left hand, and the earpiece, which was inserted into his left ear, out of which he couldn't hear. Oh, Nick, you did it!
I therefore require both the defense and the prosecution to further investigate the facts.
Yes, Your Honor.
There is one more thing before I call today's session to an end.
One more thing, Your Honor?
Witness we just heard from. He is most insistent that his testimony should be of use. So he summarized it accordingly into the statement.
Okay.
You may each have a copy of it if you wish.
Whatever. Prosecution doesn't need props like that.
The prosecution should probably be using evidence! Godot's really mad, huh? Yeah, I would be too.
Very well. You are then, Mr. Wright. There are 3 copies. My own, yours, and Mr. Godot's.
Yes, Your Honor. Victor's testimony. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
That's not a haiku, is it?
Like, mathematically it is. When the incident occurred, I broke the vase at my seat. I'm sorry.
I guess.
I'm sorry? This isn't a piece of testimony, more like a 5-year-old apology. What the heck are we supposed to do with 3 copies?
That is all. The court is adjourned.
The court is abjured. It has a +2 to AC.
Alright, thank God. I love this game, but I have been so out of it today.
Alrighty then!
I feel like trash. I gotta sleep.
Thank you all for coming this evening. I hope you all had a wonderful time. I know that I did.
I did. I had to gargle too much gravel.
Today's most loved viewer is gonna go to Rubrum.
Alright.
Somebody called me a creep earlier, but with a K. Don't. It's rude. How dare you call me words to my face? Don't you know who I am? Do you know who I am? Anyway, I'll talk to you all next stream. Yeah. Okay. Good night.